From politics, let's move to plastic. For the first time ever, microplastics have been found in human blood. Blood samples from 22 healthy adults were studied, and plastic was found in 17 of them. The microplastics were likely from water bottles, carry bags, and food containers. How did they end up in the bloodstream? What are the chances that there are microplastics in your blood too? And should you be concerned about this? Take a look at our next report.
Arctic snow, shellfish, table salt, drinking water, beer, Antarctic ice, and womb. These are just some of the places where microplastics have been found. Scientists have found tiny bits of plastic everywhere they have searched. The latest being human blood. Microplastics have been found in our blood. 22 samples were collected from healthy adults. 17 had microplastics. What are they? Microplastics are plastic particles that are less than 5 millimeters in diameter. These are chippings from a larger plastic product. Half of the 17 blood samples had PET plastics. That's the type of plastic used in water bottles. 1/3 had polystyrene, the kind of plastic used in food packaging. 1/4 of the samples had polyethylene, the kind of plastic used in carry bags. So what does this tell us? Plastic bottles, containers and bags are not just polluting the environment, but also our body. So much for all clean diet and cleanses. How did microplastics end up in our bloodstream? You see, most plastic products shed plastic pellets. Synthetic clothes shed plastic. So do the tires of our cars. Plastic kettles. Even baby bottles. One study found if parents prepare baby formula in a plastic bottle, that is, by shaking the formula in hot water inside a plastic bottle, the infant might end up swallowing over 1 million microplastics per day. Plastic containers shed particles when put in a microwave. Then there are plastic pieces that are washed into rivers and the sea regularly. The fish consume them and we consume the fish. Sometimes plastic ends up in agricultural fields. From there, they make their way to our dinner plates. 50,000. That's the number of plastic particles we eat/inhale every year. It should hardly be a surprise that microplastics have made their way to our blood. So, should you be concerned? We inhale sand and dust every day. Is plastic any different? Well, it is. Microplastics can latch onto the outer membranes of red blood cells and then limit their ability to transport oxygen. Nanoplastics in brain and heart have been linked to brain cancer. What are nanoplastics? Well, plastic pieces of a diameter less than 0.001 millimeter. Research on animals has shown links between plastic particles and infertility, also cancer. So what should we do? Well, you can start by saying no to plastic. Almost 400 million tons of plastic is produced each year. This will double by 2050. Stopping production and use now means dealing with 5 billion tons of existing plastics lying around. Continuing production and usage would mean making this fight for our health more difficult.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get...
Shalom Yasharella, Shalom, Kala Layim, Alahayanawa, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone who teach well and rule well. Peace and salutation to the Akim, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. And to the Aquath listening and learning, Shalom. It's your brother Shema from the Pillars of Benjamin camp. Here with another lesson. And I will get right into it. Right? And you see, this kingdom that we live in, man, is defiled. You know? Microplastics. Right? This study, this news report saying microplastics are found in human bloodstream, right? This is why Yawashi has to come back, man, because at this rate, right? What does it say in Matthew? No flesh will be saved. Matthew 24. Let's open with that scripture. Matthew chapter 24, verse 22, and it reads, red letter, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, right? So these days of the Most High Yahawah is speeding up these days for the sake of the elect, right? Because this diabolical madman, if the Most High Yahawah doesn't speed it up, no flesh will be saved. Everybody would perish out here, right? This place is defiled, right? And who defiled it? Esau. Isaiah 24, right? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. This is Esau's rulership, right? And it's evident that he can't rule. He cannot rule. He doesn't rule in righteousness. He doesn't obey the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah. One, the laws weren't given to him, right? That's why everything is off. Esau goes by the beat of his own drum, in direct opposition to the Most High Yahawah. Isaiah 24. Verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws. Transgressed the laws. Transgress means to break, right? The law wasn't given to Esau or these other nations, right? So they do wickedness, right? And because the earth isn't being ruled in righteousness under the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah, this is the state of the world today. You know, in the interview clip, in the news clip, it made a statement that down to the tires on automobiles, man, sheds plastic into the atmosphere, and we breathe it in. It mentions synthetic clothing sheds plastic. Listen, there's a law that we're not supposed to wear mixed fabrics. We'll get that next, Lord willing. They have transgressed the laws, Isaiah 24 verse 5 once again. They have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant, right? They've done everything contrary to Yahawah. Isaiah 20, Deuteronomy 22. Verse 9. Thou shalt not sow the vineyard with the vineyard with diverse seeds, right? You're not supposed to mix seeds when planting, right? What has Esau done? GMO'd everything. Lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled, right? And it's defiled everything, man. Right? That's just one example. There's nothing but GMO out here. Nothing is food. Food. Every piece of food on this planet is GMO'd. That's why we need prayer. Right? Consuming plastic. Look at this thumbnail on the video. Someone drinking water, drinking beer, salt. Ezekiel 4 verse 13, and it reads, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Right. So this is one of the curses we're under. Israel being a people before a place, eating defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, these other nations, these heathen nations. Everything's defiled. That's why we need prayer. The only thing saving us right now is prayer. What does it say in Lamentations? Through his tender mercies, we are not consumed. Let's get it. Lamentations 2. Lamentations 3, verse 22, and it reads, "It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not," right? So unless the Lord was having mercy, we be consumed, man, from everything around us in our environment. Defiled. Food's defiled. The land is defiled. It's something as the land Sabbath. Esau doesn't keep the land Sabbath. Deuteronomy 22, verse 11. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together. Right. In the news article, synthetic fabrics, shed plastic. Right. We have to go to Esau in want, in want, and in thirst, and in nakedness for everything. Let's get that scripture. I don't want to butcher it. Right. We got to go to the mall and buy clothing. Esau's clothing that he made in his factories. That expel coal into the atmosphere and leave a huge carbon footprint. Everything is defiled. Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord, Yahawah, shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Right, so we go to Esau for everything, man. We purchase our furniture to put in our homes from Esau. Esau's establishments, Esau's stores. The clothing that we wear on our bodies, Esau. The food that we eat is packaged and prepared and sold to us by Esau. The water that we drink is bottled and sold to us by Esau. And then the bottles end up in the ocean. You saw the clip. There's a clip where they pulled a latex glove out of a fish's mouth. Lamentations 4. Salakia. Lamentations 5. Verse 4. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. Right. Everything, man. We have to go to Esau for it. And it's distributed and sold the way Esau wants it distributed and sold. Packaged. Water bottles. Synthetic plastics wrapping our meats in the freezer. Synthetic plastics and styrofoam. Right? Esau can't rule. Wanted to get Psalms 80. Psalms 82 verse 5, and it reads, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundation of the earth are out of course." Right. Why? Why are they out of course? Because they're being ruled. It's being ruled. It's given into the hand of the wicked. It's being ruled by the wicked. Right? Who walks on in darkness. Right? If Esau's left hand knowledge, he thinks his left hand knowledge is supreme. Right? It's his left hand knowledge that has the earth groaning. We'll get that next month, Lord willing. I wanted to get let me look it up. Leviticus 25. All right, Esau can't rule, man. The Lord's gonna have to set up someone who's profitable in due time. We'll get that, Lord willing. Leviticus 25, verse 1. And the Lord, Yahawah, spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I have given you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath of the Lord, Yahawah. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. That which groweth of its own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap, neither gather the grapes of thy vine undressed, for it is a year of rest unto the land. Right? And this is a law. The land is supposed to rest every 7 years. Right? This is why everything's defiled. Esau can't rule. Right? Esau can't rule. This place is through under Esau's rulership. Romans 8, verse 22. Right? Right? We don't practice the herbs. That's why there's so much sickness and tumors. Bodies are defiled. Right? I was reading this article which is related. And the title says, You're eating a credit card's worth of plastic every week, and it's altering your gut makeup, right? Based on this study, we eat the equivalent of what is the size of a credit card, 5 grams of plastic, every week. Right? That's why there's so much sickness. Right? Everything's defiled. Romans 8, verse 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. Right? The whole of creation groaneth in pain, man. The whole of creation. Right? The trees groaneth, the wildlife groaneth, the plants groaneth, mankind groaneth. Right? What does it say in Proverbs? Right? That's why this wicked, diabolical madman has to be taken out. Proverbs 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Right? Who's rejoicing right now? Nobody. The righteous are in authority. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Right? The people mourn. Right? That's why the Most High Yawashi is going to send his son to destroy this place, melt it, and reestablish the kingdom of heaven on earth as it is in heaven. Let's close out. Sirach chapter 10, verse 4, and it reads, The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, right? Whoever's in rulership, the Lord Yahawah sets them up. And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable, right? So this ruler, this diabolical madman who rules over the whole earth, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? He's not profitable. I pray you're edified. I don't want to stay prayed up, pray without ceasing. Kwame Asharala, Wa Abad, Babal. Shalom.